Now we're going to close this one out with Tom and Dave back out at the Armageddon Academy. They're going to talk to you about optics, choosing optics, pros and cons. They know what they're talking about. Pay attention.
If you're one of the million of Americans that just got your AR for the first time, you've got it set up, you're learning to use it, one of the things that you may be wondering is, what kind of optic do I get? Well, again, like everything when choosing your AR and the accessories, it's really going to rely on what you do with it. There are a lot of different kind of optics out there, and as technology grows, the variety seems overwhelming. But we'll break it down into the purpose of the optic, what kind of platform it's going to be most suited for, what you're going to do, and help you choose the right optic for your AR. When you first think of AR optics, the first thing you think of is a red dot sight. And when you think of red dot sight, immediately you're going to think of aim point. This is an aim point here. These aim points are tried and true. They're military tested. They've been around a long time. They're as good as a red dot gets, and they're great. But like all red dots, the red dot sight is a 1 power. It has no magnification, so it's really best suited for close-in shooting. As with the popularity of the red dots, there's so many different kinds of red dot optics like this in 1 power. Obviously, the EOTech comes to mind, which is a non-magnified holograph sight type. Trijicon, many other brands have them. From you can spend a lot of money on that to a simple like the Bushnell TRS-25, which is a great little red dot sight, costs about $100. So there's a huge array you can choose from there, and again, probably the most common, most popular AR optic. However, the only downfall to this is if you're one of the guys that wants to shoot further, the red dot's really not designed for that. It's going to be great for close-in work and fast work, but it's going to leave a little to be desired at the longer distances. If you're one of the guys that bought your AR because you want to shoot precision rifle in long range, and while the AR-223 may not be immediately thought of when you're talking about long range, every year at Camp Perry, Ohio, at the NRA national matches, you have guys shooting 223 ARs at 1,000 yards, and they do it very, very efficiently. So that is a sport out there, and a lot of people really like that. And if that's what you want to do, a scope, more similar to like a sniper type scope, high magnification scope. This is a 3 to 12 scope, and with today's technology, you got everything from a 4 at the low end to a 30 power at the high end. This is a new Bushnell Xrs. It's a great scope for this kind of option. Again, you put this kind of scope on your AR, what you've done is you've kind of made your rifle a one-ball juggler. It's going to be great for long range, but it's not going to be really great for those short and mid-range engagements. So the great thing about the AR is it's so versatile. It's small, it's light, it's compact, it's ergonomic. It's made to shoot really close in a room, SWAT type operations, military operations in an urban environment. But also the weapon is capable of taking longer range shots. But depending on the type of barrel you have and the setup of your AR, these things are extremely capable to 600 yards and easily to 300-400 yards. So what's going on today is a movement to kind of find somewhere in the middle. As versatile as the weapon is, let's find an optic that's just as versatile as the weapon. And that leads us to the new, relatively new, variable power 1 to 4s, 1 to 6, even 1 to 8s now. This kind of scope would be a variable power optic that goes down to 1 power. At 1 power, you would shoot it much like a red dot, kind of keeping both eyes open. Most of them have an illuminated reticle, so you've got the dot illuminated, superimposed on both eyes, and you're shooting close and fast. The 1 power makes a large field of view. Again, doesn't shoot close and fast as quickly as a non-illuminated, parallax-free red dot like this, but it really does well, especially compared to another scope. At the same time, depending on the scope, you can go up to 6.5 power on this scope, or on this scope, you can go all the way up to 8.5 power. This is a great choice for the popular 308 carbines. Again, 1 power, large field of view, illuminated reticle. You crank it up, you got 8.5 power with a mil-based reticle. A lot of these type scopes come with purpose-built reticles with 223 BDCs in them now. So you've got a predetermined hold that you can aim out to 600 meters and have a relatively good chance of hitting the target if you have a good zero and a good rifle. So the options are varied now. The technology's increased in the efficiency of the weapon, efficiency of the ammo, and the skill of the shooters. Depends on what you want to do with the rifle. If you want to shoot close and plink with your buddies, the aim point's great. You want to shoot long range, go with a long range sniper type optic. If you want a dual purpose optic, something that'll kind of do the best of both worlds, I would suggest the 1 to 6, 1 to 8, something in that time frame. So whichever one you choose, there's plenty of options on the market. Get your gun hooked up and get on the range and have some fun.
Trigger Time TV is brought to you by Raven Concealment System, Troy Industries, Troy Defense, Sword USA, US Optics, Mayflower Tactical, Arbros, Keltec, Dark Angel, Black Hills Ammunition, Yeti, Aimpoint, Wiley X, and Wilson Combat.
All of us here at Trigger Time TV want to dedicate this episode to the warriors that are out there from the United States Special Operations Command. We understand the duty that you have and how you keep us safe. We all greatly appreciate it. The country appreciates it.